Welcome back. Not being able to find a good parking spot can be annoying, but for people with a disability, it can be even more upsetting when the spot designated for you is taken by someone who shouldn't use it.
The issue has sparked conversation with people in Warner Robins, and tonight, Megan Western verifies if law enforcement can enforce disabled parking on private property.
With a growing population in Houston County, finding good parking may be getting harder, but one woman says it's even more difficult for people who are disabled.
I am 87. I find it very difficult 90% of the time to find a handicap spot.
Last week, Nina Keene told the Warner Robins City Council that's because people aren't respecting the signs or they're parking under another person's permit.
I also would like to see the police department become more vigilant on ticketing.
We set out to verify where law enforcement can enforce this. Here's our question. Can law enforcement enforce disabled parking on private property? Our sources, Georgia state law and the Warner Robins Police Department. Let's start with the law. The Motor Vehicles and Traffic Code states that only people who display a parking permit or license plate can park in marked disabled parking places. That law says law enforcement or the property security agency may tow it away at the owner's expense. So we asked the Warner Robins Police Department if this includes private property like businesses or residential properties. They say they can only tow or issue citations for spots that meet the state rules. That means a 12 by 18 inch blue sign at least 7 feet from the ground. They must show the words permit parking only in tow away zone, and this goes for both public and private property. So we can verify, yes, law enforcement can enforce disabled parking on private property. With your Verify, I'm Megan Western.
Now, Ms. Keene told council she'd like to see an ordinance added that allows people to take pictures of violators so those people will be fined. Currently, the department says if you see an issue, you can call police or report it to their non-emergency number.
If you park in a handicapped spot without having a visible permit or you use someone else's permit to park, you can receive a fine of between $100 and $500. Have something you want verified? Reach out to us on Facebook, X, or send us an email to news@13wmaz.com.